Obviously, Ghana is a predominantly Christian country, and then you move to this country, and it's like, what is going on? Do you people have no fear of God? But who are you to tell me what to do? Like I would say in this Gen Z world that we're living in, like it's so hard, and I feel like sometimes it's just, especially when the person is close to you and has seen your shortfalls as well. Yeah, it's so hard to tell the person that okay, like the person is like okay, what about you? you're hi guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel, and today we're talking about the struggles of every young lady that no one talks about.
Yeah, thank you. Okay guys, thank you so much for joining again. My name is Opeyemi, and of course she has said what we're talking about.
Yes.
Okay, so should we just go ahead? Oh, introduce yourself please.
Right, my name is Elsie Olisuaje. Yeah, that you probably get to know me more over the course of the program, but for now I'm just Elsie.
Just a pretty healthy.
Okay, calm down.
We're talking about the struggle every woman faces and no one is talking about. Let's start from that itself. Like, what are the common experience that you think that ladies face and people really talk about?
Right. So in my personal life, I would say that like as a Christian lady or as a Christian girl, I think that not to be cliche, but then the very first thing that comes to mind is like setting myself apart from the world. So as a Christian girl, I always want to like walk into a room and then people know that I'm Christian. Oh. Like I want people to be like, I don't want to hide that away from like, but then I feel like when I was like, I'm probably doing a little better with that right now, but some years ago, like maybe when I was like 18, 19, 20, it was really difficult because then you have, like when I was in undergrad, you have friends who don't believe in God, like who go to church, but then would like go to like mix it up a little bit.
I get that.
And then it's like, it gets a little bit uncomfortable because you know that it's not right, like dressing a certain kind of way is it's not Christian. Saying certain kind of things is not Christian. Doing certain, like you shouldn't be in certain places as a Christian. But then the kind of people that you will hang around with will make you feel so uncomfortable. Like it's like you're being okay. Like I think that's what people will be like in Ghana, you'd say also for mommy, it's like pastor, like pastor's wife or something.
I forgot to mention this is Ghanaian.
I am Ghanaian, so it gets so uncomfortable and it's like the more difficult route to like toe is even the Christian people would still not be, they're like, oh, you're being too Christian. What is that? Like, what is being too Christian? So, like, after some, like, just, it used to make me so uncomfortable. And I had to, like, think about it and be like, no, what am I even doing? Like, go to church on Sunday, then come back and then not, reflect who God is wanting me to be. So I feel like that's the one thing that I struggled with and people don't talk about, because I feel like in this, like these days, everything is so normal.
Yeah, it's not like a Christian is like normal. Just I just believe, they interact with people. Yeah, that's great. I didn't even notice that. But then the way you're talking about it now, I get to realize that this is very, very true. Like you just get to some settings and you just want to shoot yourself away because you don't want people to really know what you believe.
Exactly. Exactly.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Are there any other struggles?
I think one other struggle is, so I've talked about myself and like me being able to like set myself apart from the world. I feel like one other struggle for me is, okay, when I've had Christian friends, especially ladies, and then I realized that they're taking the wrong path. And again, like we all know that we're not like, we're not holy and pure, but we try to be But then one thing I've struggled with is like when a friend of mine is, doing the wrong thing, saying the wrong thing, to be able to say, no, don't do it. Like it gets so uncomfortable. Like it's like, well, you're the same age, and then like it's like, well, who are you to tell me what to do? And like I don't know, but at a certain age, it's like there are things that become so like having sex. I thought like it's like not being married and then having sex. It's like telling someone not to do that. It's like, how is that even possible?
Yeah, like and this is the truth about the Bible. Like
exactly, it's like, well, it's one thing saying you're struggling with it, and another thing saying that, oh, there's nothing wrong with it. There's everything wrong with it. But if you like, it's okay to struggle with sexual sin and then like seek the help you need. But then the first step would be to actually admit that is actually wrong. Exactly. So like the one thing I've struggled with is you tell like oh no, don't do that, like you can't be smoking cigarette, don't do that, and then you're like, oh, you're judging me.
no, especially in this kind of country that we are here. No, it's very hard. No,
it's so like so difficult because it's like, why you as a Christian you're not supposed to be judgmental, but I'm like, I can love you but not love what you're doing. Like, I can tell you that what you're doing is is wrong, like, and it's out of love for you, but in I would say in this Gen Z world that we're living like it's so hard, and I feel like sometimes it's just, especially when the person is close to you and has seen your shortfalls as well, it's so hard to tell the person that, okay, like the person is like, okay, what about you? you're telling me what to do. Like, it's not as if you are in but like I've come to realize that you can have your own shortcomings, but be able to tell some. But I would also expect that as my friend, if I had shortcomings, you tell me where I fall short.
But to the question, so have you ever felt isolated or on edge, maybe in your struggles before?
I think yes. So, like in different contexts. So, I think the first one would be when I moved here. So obviously Ghana is a predominantly Christian country, and then you move to this country and it's like, what is going on? Do you people have no fear of God? But so obviously, like, so I did my master's, and like the one friend I had, like still have, like the really good friend I made is like she's Nigerian, so she's Christian. But then so I was single when being single, and then so I'd go on a date with someone and be like, oh, so are you Christian? And then they'd be like, oh, I'm baptized. And I'm like, okay, but are you Christian?
There's a
difference. And then when you start explaining your faith, it's just so, it's so far-fetched. They don't understand why your faith is so important to you. Like, why would you care about it so much? And especially in this country, people believe that as long as the person is a good person,
that's okay.
Why not? So in that sense, I feel like I was a bit I just felt a bit odd. It's like looking. Do you ever feel like you're looking for something that you might never ever find? I'm glad I stood my ground, but I did feel really really isolated, because at some point you start losing hope slowly. Because I think sometime last year my dad was like, oh, okay, so now you finished your master's, what's next? He was like, oh, so now don't even think about, like, you know, enough with the school. You need to get. Initially I was, and then like I was like, you know, it's okay. I'm tired of the school thing. He was like, okay, so you're done with your masters now. You need to get married and settle down. And I was like, honestly, I'm trying. I'm trying, but the kind of people I'm meeting, you guys would have to wait a little bit. Like, at some point, I think I was even saying, like, honestly, you people would have to betroth me, and I wasn't joking. Like, find me a man. I promise. I'm not very picky. I'm not going to be very picky, because as long as he is God fearing and he would, like, he's gentle and he will take care of me, I'm fine. Like, I'll cook. I'm a very sweet person. And like, I was like, honestly, I'm not going to search anymore, because what's the point? Like, what are the odds that in this whole Newcastle I'm going to find a Christian man? Like, I probably didn't have much luck with the kind of people I was meeting, but like, I did feel very isolated in my beliefs, because like, well, luckily for me, I have like this one friend that I, you know, invited me to the church I'm in now. So she, you know, she's been really, because she's been really good with, you know, we've been good with keeping each other like in line and not like straying away. But that would be the one thing I felt isolated in, just in my beliefs. I mean, especially because of the country we are in right now.
Yes, I can relate with that. Moving on, can we talk about the pressure as lady to, or as women generally, to have it all in their career, in their personal life, just everything?
Yes, oh my god. Yeah, because I feel like social media doesn't help at all.
No,
like in this regard, because sometimes you might be doing really, really well. And like, even people around you might be so proud of you, like your parents, your siblings, but that's not enough, because of the kind of world we live in now. Like, you open Instagram right now, you'll see some friend of yours that you knew from high school who is like, has a BMW. It's like, how do you even buy a BMW? Where did you get the money from? It's like, do you ever go on social media and ask yourself, like, how do you come, like, how do you get this kind of money? Where do you get it from? But I think that, like, that the struggle with having it all, like, it's all around us, but then the only way that I've been able to, like, handle that pressure is like being grateful for what I have right now. Like, whatever you have right now, hold on to it and like be grateful for it, because you have a job. You don't, like, say you have a job, you don't have a husband. What about the one who doesn't have a job and doesn't have a husband? And okay, so say you don't even have a job, you don't have a husband, you have good health. What about those who are in the hospital 24/7? Like, some people are actually wishing that they could even walk like for 1 hour straight. Like, they can't even, like, they're in a hospital bed. And you know, like, a few years ago I lost a friend of mine to cancer. Like, he had leukemia. I was very, like, that's probably one of the closest deaths that I've had. And he was he used to play basketball. So, like, and when he was in the hospital, he was just like, if only he could play basketball one day, just for one day. He couldn't, because like he got paralyzed and then he died a few like months later or something. So I feel like people are always going to expect more from you, like more from you. People are always going to expect more from you, but then it's about you deciding that, like, this is where I want to be. I'm not there right now, which is fine, because then if you have everything, then what would you be working for again? Like, at least it gives you something to look forward to, like to set goals, and then at least you're somewhere right now. So like, I have a friend, like, when I'm feeling very stressed about what am I going to, like, okay, I finished school, what do I do now? So he'd say, what are you thankful for? And then he'd be like, list all the things you're thankful for. And when you start listing the things you're thankful for, like, you will never ever finish. Like, you have food to eat, you have a place to stay, you have a job, you, like, if you're married, you have a husband, if you have kids, you have a child. If you don't have the job of your dreams right now, like, at least it still gives you, like, once you're alive, it still gives you the opportunity to work towards. And in all of it, like, you're still looking to God for, okay, what plans does he have for your life? Because, well, everyone is expecting something from what God is expecting from you.
Yeah, that's very true. So now, talking about how ladies can actually help themselves find their strengths in all of these struggles that individual might have. What role can mentorship play in helping ladies find strengths or just help themselves out?
Gosh, I think this is a really important question, because life is confusing. That's my conclusion. Like, life can be so confusing. Like, do you ever wake up and you're like, what am I even doing? Like, what is going on?
Oh my God.
But I think you can't live life only with your own experiences. Like, that'll take you too long to grow. Like, it's going to take you too long to grow. And I think that we have so many people around us who've lived the exact experiences, like what you're going through right now. Like, I'm struggling to believe that what you're going through right now is only you that has ever experienced that. They're like, I'm sure there's someone around you who has had that same experience and is willing to share and hold your hand and walk you through that experience. And what I've realized about experiences, like, a lot of people are so happy to share what they've experienced, because no one wants someone else to make the exact same mistakes that you've made. And I think earlier you're asking if I wanted to do a PhD, and I'm glad I didn't do it, because I asked people who've done a PhD.
Okay.
And it's like, no, it's like, is this what you really want? 5 years of your life gone.
This is not a discouragement for PhD.
No, it's not. It's definitely not a discouragement for PhD, and which is why I say to, ask what people's lived experiences are, because then you would know if that's what you really want to do. Because PhD is definitely for some people. If you want to be in academia, you want to be a lecturer, you like research, stuff like that. But if you're thinking it's just a way to, I don't know, get a better job, then no. Like, PhD is not for you. If you enjoy teaching, enjoy doing research, enjoy being in, the academic world, PhD is definitely for you. But I feel like that's one aspect, like the most recent thing that I feel like mentorship has really helped. And even apart from that, in my Christian life as well, like, there's so many things that you would think is so strange. Like, you think that no one else has experienced it before, like it's only you that has experienced it. But there's so many people in the church that have also experienced it. Or like, have you been asked, like, as a Christian girl, have you been asked out by a Muslim guy, what do you do about it? Oh, the guy's really, really nice. Like, he's really caring. I feel like this could really work. Or like, he's agreed to come to church with me if we get together, and then I will also be visiting the mosque sometimes. like these are things that people have, like, you know, people have been there, done that, gone past it. So I think relying on people's lived experiences, like, would, like, it really, really helps you to go through life. Even though life is difficult, like, it will help you to go through life a little bit more easy, like a little bit more easily than you usually would. Like, yeah.
Oh, that's great. Wow. And I also believe that maybe probably joining communities, or what do you think about maybe how can ladies or women empower each other in getting better?
Yes, I think the most common one is in the tech world. Like, people really, really do well with that. And I'm not into tech, but my brother is. And you'd be surprised the kind of things you would learn just from being in a group, like in a WhatsApp group chat, like things you never would have learned if you were on your own. Just, it doesn't really, like, I know some people are introverts, but trust me, it doesn't help not to talk to people. It will help you. Not networking doesn't help anyone. Whether you're into tech, especially photographers as well, like, there's some things that you can learn just by talking to, like, you know, talking to someone.
Yes.
And like, whatever you're doing, like, there's something that someone would just say and you'd be like, oh. And you'd be like, it would have taken you years to learn that. Years to learn it. But then people are always willing to share what, like this is a hill I'll die on. Like, people are always willing to so joining communities, like, whatever you're doing, whatever, like, it doesn't matter what career path you're on. If you're too, like, you know, you're not comfortable enough to pick one person to, like, be following around, what should I do, then a community is probably the best thing for you,
because you can even get knowledge from different people. Exactly,
like, just, and it's so resourceful, like, not paying for it, but just getting knowledge for free. It's like
I get that. Okay, that's very good. I this photography, actually, for my audience, I'm a photographer.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I did a setup in the home, and we had a visitor, and it was like, oh, are you into photography? I even thought it was going to bring a business for me, only for me to get to know that this guy has been a photographer for like 30 years.
Wow. Oh my god.
So eventually I had to sit down and
listen.
And he was not the one telling me, okay, this is what you should do, then every with the setup of the camera, you should be this, you should be that. So I'm just saying that having mentorship or being in communities, having people always help you navigate things faster.
That's the word. Like, faster, and like, not to even don't even limit it to networking or communities. Like, wherever you go, talk to people. Just keep just
come out of your shell and just do this.
And there's certain jobs that you would do if you're in your shell. You will never move forward. Like, you're just going to be in your own little corner, not making progress. When you go to the supermarket, just smile at people. Honestly, like, you would be so shocked. Like, it might not even be something big. You might find your next best hairdresser. You know, it might not. You know, like, it's just little things that just makes life a lot easier just by, like you say, networking and talking to people, and, you know, just being in a community. And I know it's harder for some people than others, because some people are extroverted and some people are introverted, and there's just little by little, but maybe you can sit down and be talking to yourself. So probably helps.
It's just a gradual process.
It is.
Before you know it.
that is really, like, very true.
Yeah. Okay. So on a general notes now, as you're rounding up, do you have general advice for people who are struggling with one thing or the other, either male, female, and
Yeah, I think that one of the main things for me is reading. Like, I feel like people don't read enough.
Oh.
like there's so much you can know from just reading. Like, if you're struggling with your confidence, you can read. If you're even the Bible, like the Bible is the main weapon, like to be able to grow your confidence. And whatever you're struggling with can be found in the Bible. And I think one of my main points as well is learning to say no.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like that's one thing I used to struggle with, like just to say no. Because one thing for me when I was like growing up, not that I'm that old now, but like I think makeup, like people around me would always say, oh, like if you're going out you need to wear makeup, and I always felt prettier without makeup. But then like my roommate would always force me to put, and like that's the beginning of not feeling confident in yourself. When you don't even know who you are, like as a person. It's like you need to know, what do I like, what don't I like, and no to what I don't like. Like if I don't like it, I don't like it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and to be able to know what you like, you'd have to spend enough time with yourself to like, okay, so do I like this? Do I even like going out? Do I prefer sitting in my room? Do I, like what do you even like? Yeah, so I think one thing I would say is to learn to say no.
Yeah.
Read a lot.
Okay, so thank you so much for all the wonderful lessons. I'm sure the audience would have learned a lot from
I hope so. And if I was waffling, you can put it in the comment. If I wasn't talking sense, you can put it in the comment.
No, I'm sure you talk sense or true, right? Yeah, great.
Don't agree, don't mind it, put it in the comment.
Okay, and so now let's move on to the other section, which I am sure, or I know I didn't tell you before.
No, you didn't.
So it's a game section.
No.
So it's a game section. No. So just pick from 1 to 5. I will ask you a question.
Okay, 5.
5. Well, 5 is the simplest. Let's twist it to 1.
You asked me to pick a number. Okay, right, 1.
Because I will ask you 1 and 5.
Okay.
Okay, so number 1 is you tell me 3 things, 2 truth, 1 lie, and I'll guess the lie.
2 truths, 1 lie.
Yeah.
Like with the way I like laughing, you'll probably catch me. 2 truths, 1 lie. Okay. Number 1, I have a brother in Canada.
Okay.
Number 2, I have another brother in Berlin.
Okay. Okay.
Number 3, been in this country for 2 years.
Yeah, I know that is true.
Okay, so you'd have to pick the other, like which is the lie.
The second one is a lie.
That I have a brother in Berlin.
Yeah.
That's the truth. My brother lives in Berlin.
I thought in Canada is it true actually.
It's funny because a lot of people have, like a lot of people know someone in Canada. No, my big brother lives in Berlin.
Wow,
that's
so
the truth.
Oh.
So do I get a chocolate or something for get?
Yeah, you get something. You get something. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
So this is just to say thank you so much.
What was the 5th question?
So the 5th question is you ask the audience, or you tell the audience to continue to watch this YouTube channel.
Oh, right. I'm guessing you've enjoyed this episode.
Yeah.
Just because we're 2 very, very fun people. So kindly like, comment, subscribe, and share.
Yeah, that's it.
Yes, that's it.
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much
for watching.
Yeah, keep watching.
Subscribe.
Yeah.
Subscribe.
Like. Share.
WhatsApp. Share to your parents, your siblings, your boyfriends, your girlfriends, your everybody a pastor. Yeah.
Okay, everyone. Thank you so much for joining again today. I'll see you next time.
Bye.